I'm thankful that, looking at the cross, it's 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 a constant reminder that he is good always, even when I'm not, and that is so comforting. Um, because I'm not good most of the time. I was just listening to this other podcast uh, the other day, and I mean, I'd seen the trailer for this movie that the podcast was talking about. It's called Chaos Walking, um, but I still haven't seen the movie. It's Tom Holland, and it's where your thoughts are just put out there on display. Like everybody could hear your thoughts, and um, yeah, I feel like even the best of us, would struggle with that. Like, because as much as we'd like to be able to be true and real and just you know, be able to say what we think, a lot of times, I mean, if we're honest, a lot of what we are thinking, what's inside, it's just rubbish. Um, and so, like, even the best of us, like that, yeah, that would just really humble us. Like we are terrible people. We're not good, and still, his cross, his cross says, "You are loved. I am loved. I am forgiven. I am accepted, um, despite whatever I've done or whatever I will do." Like it's awesome. The cross is it makes Christianity. Yeah. Without it, like nothing really makes sense. The church wouldn't exist, and we'd have nothing to celebrate. And um, yeah, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that He is faithful to His goodness, to His promise that His goodness is forever. And if we can count on one thing, if we can count on Him to be faithful to who He is, and that is being good, independent, irregardless of my own goodness. So yeah, so I celebrate that. When I look at the cross, when I think of the Lord's Supper, I think of what he's about to do. It's his last supper before he goes on and does the most incredible thing in the history of everything. Like, um, so yeah, and a verse or a passage that I want to bring up is, well, I was reading this not long ago. It's Psalm 46. I need to pull it up. Uh, Shane and Shane, I think, wrote a song from that passage, and it's awesome. Maybe I'm mistaken. They've written a lot of songs from the Psalms. Let me pull it up. Um, yeah, I think they did. Yeah. So their album, like Psalms something. Look it up if you guys are curious. They're amazing. God is our refuge and strength, very present help in trouble. Not only do I celebrate His grace, but like I'm thankful for His promises too. Like His task to me today is to share what I'm thankful for, and so this is what I'm going with. I'm thankful that He is a very present help. That's He's constantly near. He's always near, in the midst of our trouble, in the midst of my fears and doubts. He is very present. He's there. It's just that we don't acknowledge Him. We don't see Him. We don't pay good enough attention to notice that He is there in the midst of our hardest tribulations and trials. Um, Verse 2, therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way. Like I was reading this the other day, like, and it just struck a huge chord in me, like, because I follow a few of these Instagram accounts on Instagram, and it's sad what's going on in the world. Not only are we suffering from, this mass pandemic, but the world is really coming to an end. There's so many fires out there, so many earthquakes, and just natural disasters all happening at once. Um, yeah, the Earth seems to be giving way. The ice in the, I don't know, wherever, the Arctic or whatever, it's all melting really rapidly, and yeah. So despite all of this, this is the assurance that He gives us. We will not fear. I will not fear, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. Um, you know, the cross remains. His love for us endures. His promises is true. His promises are true um, forever. He will always be with us, no matter what happens. And that I'm thankful for such promises. Bring it even closer to home in the New Testament. Like we got, uh, all things work together for good to those who love Him. Like if we, that's one of the anchors I find myself attached to. Like that's my anchor, in life. Like just leaning on that truth that, like, sometimes I don't really see the big picture. I don't see how this is really good for me, but I trust, and I have faith in the fact that, He knows that I love Him. Though it's obviously most of the time, or probably 100% of the time, it's not perfect. It's not His. I'm human. We fall short of His perfection, but I do love Him, and He is working all things for good, um, for me, who love Him. And yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to say that I'm grateful for the cross. I'm grateful for His promises. Um, the world is nearing the end. Every passing minute. So, and but I'm comforted by these truths. I'm comforted by the fact that, um, His cross has stood for 2,000 years, and that's just it's a sign of His never-ending love for me, and that will carry me through to the end of times. So, cheers to that. We'll drink to that. We'll eat to that, to celebrate the body that was broken for us, um, to make all these promises true today, to make us, exist today, and being able to call ourselves Christians. I celebrate that. I celebrate His blood that was shed to make the cross a reality. So, yeah, cheers. You all got your juice or wine. Drink to that. I
Can you
can't
lead
see
us in prayer
nobody.
also?
Lead us in prayer.
Yeah.
Jesus, we thank You for Your blood. We thank You that You're good. Um, we thank You that You did what you took our place on that cross, and so that we could be here today, so that we don't have to suffer, the full brunt of sin, which is death and eternity apart from You. Um, we thank You, um, for Your promises that are always true, that will never fail, and we thank You that You keep Your promises. You're true to Your word, and um, I'm thankful for this God that loves me beyond, what I could ever imagine. And so, yeah, we love You. Amen.